had circumstances, for example, like a student who wore an insulin pump and his insulin would go bad because it was so hot in my classrooms.
Julie Bush is the superintendent for the Maple School District, which oversees Maple School in Shafter. The school's buildings, built in 1961, had never been renovated.
We had a non-operational fire alarm system, water intrusion in all of our buildings except for our first grade classroom. We had dry rot through our entire roofing system.
Dealing with a broken campus was hard, but securing funds to fix things was even harder. Bush says it took 4 years' worth of advocacy and work from local legislators to approve $11 million for a complete rebuild, which is expected to finish next month. Although she's thrilled about it, she says the funds will still only cover the bare minimum.
Parking lot, parent pickup, drop-off, bus parking, any play fields, that's not part of the project.
She says her school received less than half the funds it usually takes to rebuild a school. Prop 13 would authorize up to $15 billion in bonds aimed at modernizing public campuses, removing lead from water, and increasing affordable housing for students. However, some are concerned about the language used in the proposition. The Kern County Taxpayers Association says passage of the prop will increase local school districts' borrowing capacity by 60%.
So that means you'll be seeing more and more school bond elections. Ultimately, for the local taxpayers, their tax bills on schools could go up 60%.
Turnipseed also says the prop gives priority to schools that have union labor agreements for construction.
But most small, poor districts don't have project labor agreements.
But the prop is gathering support from the LA Times and San Francisco Chronicle because it focuses on buildings and classrooms that are suffering from years of neglect and makes it a priority for low-income school districts to get a share of the money. Bush saying that she's confident that Prop 13's passage would be good for her small school.
One of the goals of the proposition is to put mechanisms in place so that small districts have a more equitable access to funding.
Yeah, and guys, public schools that can be helped out by this bond include K-12 schools, UC schools, and CSU schools.
Very cool. Thanks, Austin. There has been some confusion on social media, especially if this Prop 13 has anything to do with the Prop 13 from the 70s about property taxes. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, actually it has nothing to do with that Prop 13 whatsoever. The way the numbering system works for the propositions is it's in sequential order and it resets about every 10 years. So this is just the 13th prop since it was last reset.
I see. All right, Austin, thank you.